Today, I'm going to be talking about one of my favourite Roger Corman films, The Masque of the Red Death. Greetings and welcome to my channel, JJP Horror, Sci-Fi and Fantasy Corner. I'm your host, JJP. The Masque of the Red Death is considered by many, including myself, to be the best of the Poe films directed by Roger Corman. Let me know in the comments below if you agree or disagree. Now, for a bit of trivia. What famous musician had lunch on the set of The Masque of the Red Death with Jane Asher and Roger Corman? Make sure you stay tuned to the end to find out. I know it's an old film, but spoilers ahead, just in case you haven't gotten round to watching it yet. The Masque of the Red Death started off as a short story by Edgar Allan Poe, first published in 1842. The film, directed by Roger Corman, was made in 1964 and was the seventh entry of his Edgar Allan Poe films, which he made through American International Pictures. Vincent Price was mainly the star of most of the Poe films, with one exception, The Premature Burial, which had Rami Land in the starring role. The film was written by Charles Beaumont and R. Wright Campbell, and beautifully shot by Nicholas Roeg, with music composed by David Lee. It was Roger Corman's first film shot in England, and he made it a British production with a British crew so that the production could get a government subsidy. The Masque of the Red Death stars Vincent Price as Prince Prospero and is mainly set in Prospero's castle, where he and a few nobles have taken refuge from the plague known as the Red Death, which is killing the local peasants in the surrounding area. A trip to the village, which has been ravaged by the plague, is where we first see how cold and cruel Prince Prospero is. After burning down the village, leaving few survivors, he captures Francesca, played by Jane Asher, whom he seems to have taken a liking to, and arrests Francesca's father Ludovico, played by Nigel Green, and Gino, played by David Weston, for defying him. Ludovico and Gino are imprisoned in a dungeon, while Francesca is taken to a room where she is forced to remove her dirty clothes and bathe, very much in the vein of Eliza Doolittle in My Fair Lady, which was also made in 1964. Back in her castle, we meet Juliana, played by Hazel Court, who seems to compete with Prospero in devoting herself and going as far as betrothing herself to Satan. Needless to say, it doesn't bode well for her, leading to a scene which is quite brutal and shocking for its time. There we also meet Alfredo, played by Patrick McGee, who proves to be just as nasty and evil as Prospero himself. However, he falls foul to Hot Toad the Dwarf, played by Skip Martin, who gets his revenge on Alfredo for slapping Esmeralda, played by Verena Greenlaw, who at the time was only a child and had her dialogue looped by an adult actress. Alfredo's death is so sadistically brutal that it stays with you for a while. The world of the Masque of the Red Death is a world populated by some very immoral people. It's a world which is cruel and unforgiving, inhabited by supernatural beings that give little value to human life and will take them indiscriminately. Even beings which are worshipped and revered will abandon those who worship them, as Prince Prospero discovers to his dismay, when all his dedication to Satan means nothing when the Red Death eventually comes for him. Yet, among all this evil and cruelty, you still have Francesca and Gino, who remain good to their core, beacons of light in an otherwise dark world. The ending scene, with all the different deaths all dressed in different colours, meeting to give a tally on how many lives they have taken and how many they have spared, is quite an interesting concept. At least I think so. The Masque of the Red Death is a beautiful film to watch. The colours are vibrant, the costumes look amazing, the cast commit to their roles and deliver wonderful and believable performances, and the sets look more opulent than earlier productions, as Corman was able to use the sets left over from Beckett, also made in 1964. Roger Corman is able to mix all of these ingredients beautifully together to deliver what I personally consider a masterpiece. As a big Vincent Price fan, I was already sold on this movie. I've been a fan since childhood, and I love to watch Vincent Price bring his magic to the screen. Here, his portrayal of the evil but ultimately doomed Prince Prospero is deliciously brought to life in a way that only Vincent Price could, in my opinion. Now, as much as I love this movie, I am fully aware that it isn't perfect. No film really is. But one scene that's always grated me is despite Prospero warning the guests not to wear red to the Masque, several guests are seen wearing red hats or capes as part of their costumes. Let me know in the comments below if you think this was a goof in the movie, or perhaps some of the guests being defiant. Now to answer the trivia question. Jane Asher had asked Roger Corman if a friend who's a musician and was about to do his first gig in London that night could visit the set and join them for lunch. Her friend was none other than Sir Paul McCartney. Thank you for watching, and please like and subscribe if you enjoyed today's content. I have been JJP, and I look forward to discussing films and shows that we are all passionate about. Hope to see you soon.